Hello to our Juice Plus family, and yes, it's time for another live, and this is the second last one. Tomorrow will actually be the last day. I head off to Phoenix on Friday, and what a series it has been. It's been truly amazing, and again, I want to thank all of our national marketing directors that have given up their time to be able to share their wisdom and all the fun with you. So let's have a little look to see who's joining us today. It's going to be Sebina. Now it's just waiting to see who is coming on here, and again, my phone is it's doing its own thing at the moment, so I'm going to assume that we've got, here we go, Sebina is watching. Now Sebina, I can see that you're watching, beautiful, but it doesn't tell me that I can bring you on. So here we go, there's our little one there. Debbie, I can see people popping online now. Great to see you. Hey, Holly. Hey, Stacey. How's it going? There's Sebina. How are you, darling? Can you hear me, Sebina? I can see you. Can you hear me?
Yeah, I can.
There we go. Now I've got you. Okay.
Awesome.
You're a little bit pixelated, so let's have a little look to see you finding your best place. I can see you walking around, so
yeah, bear with me a second.
You find your space. I'm just seeing who else is coming on here. Hey Ruth, hey Joe, how's it going? Awesome. Loving seeing all these faces pop up. It's great. Okay, let's have a look. Okay, yes, good, we can see you, beautiful, and you can hear me clearly?
Yes, yeah, I can hear you. Can you hear me?
Great, yeah, I can do. I'm just going to turn my volume up actually a little bit. And let's go that way. Awesome. Fantastic. Well, thank you so much for taking time.
Sorry.
We love it. It's we work around our kids. It's all good. It's all good. That's what it's all about. No, it's cool. So thank you so much, darling. I know that you are fitting us in between meetings and all sorts of things. We really appreciate you taking the time. So, and I see you've got your little helper. Who's your little helper?
Yes, you're welcome. This is Willow. Willow, say hello.
Hi, Willow.
Yes,
hello.
Just one at home today, so.
Cool.
Sorry.
Excellent. All right, well, look, we will get started just because I know we'll just see how long Willow decides that she's going to be contributing here.
Yeah, I might.
That as well. So I've been starting off these NMD lives with, first of all, how long have you been in Juice Plus, and how long have you been a national marketing director?
So I've been in the business now for nearly 3 years. Actually, it'll be in May. My 3 years is up. And I became NMD about 3 weeks ago, which was fantastic.
Yes. Yeah, no, which is exciting. It's really, really exciting. We will be celebrating you this year at conference. So, so over that journey, and I know that it's been an interesting journey, and I really want to congratulate you on, you had your mind set on what you wanted to do and staying the course and that as well. But there's been challenges and been ups and downs, and as there has been for everybody, it's been great. I think one of the main things that people should be getting out of this is that it's not a plain sailing. It's not always smooth. It's just like life, which is up and down like a yo-yo. So which is cool. So out of this 3-year journey for you, what would you say have been, what's your first lesson or bit of wisdom that you want to share with the team today?
Yeah, first lesson, it's probably similar to a lot of the NMDs. It's just definitely being consistent and staying close to the fire. So one thing that I've never stopped doing is posting and reaching out. I always get in a little bit of a panic if my phone isn't running hot, I suppose, or I haven't got any conversations going. I always need to know that my phone is running. So if I know my phone's quiet, I haven't been doing enough work. But when there's conversations coming through, I'm definitely planting the seeds. Yeah,
that's really good, actually. It's a great one to kind of be aware of. Like, if you haven't got something happening, especially on the phone nowadays with Messenger and text messages and social media and all the rest, I suppose for some of us, we kind of go, oh, it's gone quiet. But really, it's also a great indication, though, of have you been sowing enough seeds to be creating conversations? So that is, if you are building online, especially, and that is a great way to be able to do. So being consistent. We've heard that so many times, guys. Honestly, there is no secret there. It's one of the biggest things, I think. And staying close to the fire, being consistent in actually, I suppose, by that, do you mean like showing up, being at conference and trainings and things?
Yes, definitely. Yeah. My first conference was a couple of years ago in Melbourne. So, and it definitely changed the way I looked at our business, I suppose. I could see people up there just like any other person. And I thought, well, I think that was a bit of a moment. I thought, well, this could be me. You know, and really changed my A game. And just hearing the stories, you know, they're just normal people. There's no one really out of the extraordinary. We're just doing our do. And yeah, definitely. So conference, being on trainings, I know when I'm not on training, I feel like I'm missing something and I need to be back on. And when I also posting on Facebook, I'm big on posting Facebook. I'm not into Instagram yet. I'm slowly learning it. So not many people, I don't know, people may know that I live sort of remote Queensland. So my whole business is built on Facebook. I don't get to coffee shops or anything like that. So I like to post at least 3 times a day. And that's just what I like to do. I feel like that's, you know, if I'm helping someone that way, I'm definitely, you know, just a little positive quote here and there, or something to do with our program or our products, or a lot of people will probably see I like to post about my kids and what they're doing in their journeys, and how I'm living my life because of this business and not having to go to a 9 to 5. So, you know, they're just a few little things that definitely, being consistent means to me.
I love too, because yesterday with Naomi and then today with yourself, Sebina, you're both mamas who live in, you know, not big towns, you know, you definitely are, you're remote, and so you've had to think of other ways to be able to build your business. So rather than you know, being able to kind of, I suppose, to go to the bigger events or plug into things, you've had to come up with the events. And it's the other reason why I think social media, but also say things like Zooms and all that, have revolutionized our business. They've allowed people like yourself who are remote to actually be able to access the things that before you had to be in person. So it's really cool. There are no excuses. I suppose that's the other thing, the other side to that is there are no excuses, you know. If you can do it, anyone can do it.
Yeah, that's it. I know, that's what I think. Like, I'm just a little mum at home on a property, just doing what I do. I'm definitely, you know, I definitely think this business has helped my self-confidence because I'm just going to say this, before being in this business, you know, that's all I felt like was that I was a mum and I didn't know where I was coming from. Whereas now I definitely has helped my confidence and the amazing community around it, and being able to help all these wonderful ladies. You know, a lot of my team are also rural remote women. I also have some that are in the city, but we're all on the same page. Doesn't matter where we are.
Yeah, no. Where's the next biggest town to you?
Remind me. I'm about 3.5 hours from Rockhampton.
Yeah, there you go. Yeah, from Rocky. Okay. So that's, for those of you who might not know, that's remote. Okay, just saying.
Yeah,
and that's...
Yeah, we go an hour and a half for swimming lessons once a week. So,
there you go.
Yeah, so, you know.
So again, I'm going to say no excuses. That's the reality of it. If somebody who is literally like, you know, an hour and a half to go to swimming lessons, 3.5 hours from the next biggest town, you know, there is no excuses. When people say to me, you know, no one wants Juice Plus. I've spoken to everybody. No, you haven't. No, you haven't, because there are people out there. Yes, Debbie. Some people think that Rocky is remote. Yeah. I've been to Rocky.
That's right.
So
no, we've even got more remote girls, than I am. So if they can be doing it, definitely anyone can do it. If you've got a phone, if you've got on social media, what is your excuse? And sometimes I have to pull myself up on my excuses because, you know, there's always other people out there that are worse off or have busier lives. So, you know, pulling yourself up on excuses.
Be consistent like Willow. Mum,
exactly.
Mum. That's a great example of being consistent. I love it.
Yeah. Yep. I have a 3-namer.
I love it. So what's the next one? So we've kind of gotten, you know, about being, you covered a few in there actually, about being consistent, staying close to the fire and no excuses. What else would you like to share today?
Yeah, don't really, please. Another one would probably be don't attach yourself to the outcome. So, you know, we have lots of conversations that go on with, you know, product or business or anything like that. But, you know, be true to yourself and approach it from where you would, and don't attach yourself to the outcome, because that person, it may not be the right time for them, but later might be. You never know. So that's one thing I think I've definitely learned.
I love that. Again, another great one too, because so often, I know myself at the beginning of my story, I would kind of, you know, if they weren't getting back to me, or if it wasn't, you know, no, not now for them, or, you know, it was kind of like I would start to have this pity party kind of conversation and going, oh, you know, what's wrong with me, or they don't like me, or whatever. And I realized very quickly that it didn't serve me at all. And so, not attaching to the outcome, just loving, you know, where they're at and where you're at, and just keep on moving. And it could be right for them down the track as well, which is cool. Awesome.
Yeah.
Okay.
Because it's not a no against you. I suppose what I'm saying is like it's not a no against your personality or against as a friendship. It's just that mightn't be the right time for you, I suppose. Yeah, is what I'm trying to say.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And no, absolutely. No, I get it totally. It is awesome. And that's what I'm saying to everybody, you know, don't attach to it, because we don't walk in other people's shoes. We only walk in our own. So we can just share what we're doing, invite them along to have a look. But also know too that, you know what, if it's not right for them now, it may be right for them in 12 months time. So don't slam the door in somebody's back when they say no. You know, they're just saying no at the moment.
Yeah.
And life changes. We all know that. We've heard many stories where people have been sowing seeds for a long time. So yeah, which is good.
Yeah.
Excellent. Okay. Have you got another one?
Yeah, definitely planting seeds, I suppose, which I covered earlier. I always say to my girls, you know, like if they're having a down day, I'll give them, you know, that day, and then I say, righto, that's it, you know, time to get back to work. What do you want this for? I can't do it for you. And so if you plant seeds now, I'm a farmer's wife, a farmer's daughter, so you know, we're always going to have a harvest, and that harvest may be in a couple of days. It may be a week, it may be 6 months, or it may be a year. So planting seeds and harvesting is definitely, you know, we're crop growers, I suppose. And so if you keep doing that, you know, eventually, you know, one of my girls that's actually now a team member was one of the first people I reached out to, and she said, no, and said quite a few no's. And then eventually she said, I think this could be for me. So, you know, following up, all that sort of stuff. And it's just doing the do. Yeah. And it's so true. So Debbie says here she's ploughing fields. I love it. Yeah.
But it is a great analogy. Jim Rohn used to use that analogy all the time about planting seeds. You cannot expect to harvest unless you are planting the seeds. And that's so, you know, get out there and look at how many seeds can you be planting, what conversations can you be starting, and because you will never ever reap a harvest without first planting. No. And that's a great analogy. I love it.
Yeah. You might feel like you're in a drought, but it will rain. So
that's it. The seasons come around.
Yeah.
It's, you know, the summer will come.
Yeah.
The summer will come, but you've got to be prepared to make sure that you're sowing in the spring. So, you know, it is kind of going, you know, and moving around. So being consistent. So for you over this time, you've made sure that you've been consistent. You've stayed close to the fire. You know, and you've been diligent with that, not attaching to the outcome, and I'm sure that was a lesson that you probably had to learn as you go, which is really cool. And then, like you say, making sure that you're planting seeds consistent. And again, that comes back to that consistency, consistently doing the productive actions, the things that are actually going to, I suppose, allow you to harvest in the fall, I suppose, as they kind of go through from there. Was there a last bit of wisdom that you wanted to leave the team with today?
Oh, there's lots of little things, I suppose. But I think one of it with this is accept the growth that comes with it. Personal growth. If we're not growing and you're not stepping outside your box, and like it's quite hard for me to step outside my box. I like my little box, but if you're not doing that and not stepping outside, you're not going to grow. So, accept the growth that comes with the business, and you'll be a better person for it. You'll be a better mum, you'll be a better wife, and your business will grow with it. So I hope that helps.
I love that. No, absolutely, because watched your journey of growth, and it's been lovely to watch, and that as well. And I know that there's even so much more for you as you move forward from here. We all know that NMD is just the beginning of something. The next phase of this amazing business, and so for all of you out there, if you just listen to what Sebina said, I mean, for 3 years she has been diligent. And was able to tick that goal of National Marketing Director. We will get to celebrate her in Perth. But this is the thing, like it's all of these things that she has shared with you today have led to this. So sometimes we can kind of think when we've got a little bit of a slow patch that it's never going to be me. But it can be if you're prepared to roll up your sleeves and go to work, isn't it?
Yes, absolutely. I've set my NMD goals so many times and I've had to shift the goal. And that's what I'm saying with attached to the outcome. Just because you didn't get it that time doesn't mean that it's not going to come around. And, I'm 100% loyal to my business and my products, and just being consistent has paid off. And, just looking at the bigger picture of my business and going, okay, I didn't get it for this, but where can I look at it for next time? And just shifting the goalpost and never giving up. Because, this is a long time business. It's not just a short-term journey for me. I'm in this for the long run, and, all my girls are too. So, definitely staying loyal. That's for sure.
Awesome. Well done. I love it. Absolutely love it. Thank you so much for sharing with us today. Thank you to Willow as well for her contributions. No, she showed us how to be consistent.
True. And she's very good at that.
And stay on task. So no, it's all good. But again, it just shows we get to do this as we go. I love it. There we go. Jackie's sharing that she's super proud of you. We're outside of your comfort zone and you rocked it. And you did. And really, really appreciate you. This is just another step in your leadership. And we so appreciate you sharing with us. So big hugs, gorgeous girl. Thank you so much.
Thanks for having me on.
See ya.
Bye. Thank you. Bye.